make sure I come to you. I'm gonna make sure I come to you. You know what I mean? Like trust in me, trust in the mid holder. You know what I mean? I got you. I'm gonna make sure you land on your target.
Not really.
We got two types of fade. Which one you want?
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Anthony. Well, you guys know me already. Anthony from the Aria MMA show and head coach and owner of the Aria MMA lab. You know, so today's episode is actually a little bit more about me, how to get to, basically to get to know me, right? What makes me me. But first off, I want to give a special shout out to some of my athletes, and thank you for all the motivation that you guys give me to be able to continuously want to grow as a student of life and just how it flows, right? So, to Pete DeSantis from DeSantis Commercial, man, I appreciate you, my man, for bringing me into this beautiful facility and giving me the opportunity to showcase my talent, both in business and as a coach. You blessed me with a beautiful home to be able to create some beautiful athletes. You know, Anthony, Paul, Mark, you know, those are the three horsemen, man, for sure. They're definitely going into this career with real belief, desire, and becoming very tenacious for their age. Both Paul, Mark, and Anthony they're turning pro June 28th. Check them out at Valley Fight Series. Yes, I'm the new matchmaker there too as well. I just had to throw that out there real quick. But nonetheless, right, the kids that I train every day, that little Jilly, my little state champion, kids fire. You got Elijah, then you got Nico. They're both on winning streaks. Yeah, I can't be more proud of them. You know, they're about to take kid MMA to another level, and they're really gonna be basically the leading pawns into our success at our facility, our camp. A little bit about me. I started fighting in 2008. I got in trouble, done some stuff. That's for another episode. I got in trouble. I decided to turn pro in 2008. Gringolet from Madeira out of First Blood, one of the first real MMA street gyms in Madeira, and actually technically like in Central Valley. They put out a few good pros up in the day, and they were my brothers. And they took a kid from the streets, and they gave him an opportunity to showcase his talent. I was already a wrestler in high school, but at the same time, I was a headache. I got on my coaches and my teachers' nerves, probably in the fucking teacher's office, in the counselor's office, damn near every day. Some of my coaches, like Al Lopez and Eric Phelp, were amazing. They were influences that kept me out of trouble as much as they possibly could. You know, being on the mat was always a good way to escape life and all its problems. I have good parents. They just couldn't parent well together. So it made my escape a lot easier. One of my coping skills was just to be able to jump on the mat. And then when that wasn't enough and my dopamine levels were all over the place, I turned to the streets. You know, once the family problems started and they started to become too much, I didn't care about the mat. I pulled off. You know, one day, Eric told me straight up to my face, he's like, hey, kid, you know, you keep going down this route, you're going to be dead by 17. I'm 16. I was like, fuck. I didn't care. I just kept fucking up. But I said, fuck this. You know, one day I got in trouble. I was in the military. I I just got back from boot camp. Did a year doing 1 month. I was doing 1 week in a month, and then one day I just stopped going. Literally, I did some shit I shouldn't have done, and then I pulled away from wrestling. You know, I was supposed to wrestle at City. You know, I had some different offers just based off of academics. I just decided to throw it all away. That was the first time. That was the first time. And, well, I looked at the judge and I said, hey, man, you ain't never going to see me here again. You got me fucked up. I didn't say those words exactly, but I said, you're never going to see me here again. Give me an opportunity at 19 years old, you're never going to see me here again. And he gave me that shot. You know, I had to do my little programs and, you know, my little time. And then from there, I turned pro in March at Eagle Mountain Casino in Porterville. I fought Martin Sandoval for my pro debut. I took that on a 4-hour notice. I actually had stitches in my mouth that day. And I won. That fight was a dogfight. You know, first round, we went back and forth. I got clipped. Second round came in. We came out like fighting roosters. And the W came into me with the TKO. From there, I just went on a warpath. Started winning, losing. And then I just decided to get out of California and go to Mexico. Made what some kids dream of possible. Because I didn't have the right management. So kids, adults, fighters, people that have dreams, let me tell you something. Everybody's going to count you out except yourself. If you can literally believe in you, you're going to win. It's just the bottom line. Like, you might take a couple L's here and there, but you're going to win. And at the end of the day, it comes down to that. I took a risk. With that risk, I gotta be in the Ciudad de Madero de Tamaulipas. What's up, Berto, Jaime? Man, I miss you guys. Can't wait to come back. Te extraño, cabrones. Neta. Palomito, you know what I mean? Si me estás mirando este televi, te lo estoy agradeciendo, cabrón. Abriendo las puertas por mí, column, todo, pero. Yeah, man. I got a fight in the Ciudad de Monterrey, in Nuevo León. That was fire. I got a fight in a soccer stadium. That was beautiful, honestly. And earning the respect of my people was something that money could never buy. So when I talk about taking risks, if you take risks, you're going to be able to live dreams that nobody else can compare to because they're your dreams. You know, you get to say and tell a story that nobody else will ever be able to hear again unless it comes from your lips. And who is to determine what a legacy truly is? It's just outside of that. It's how you bury your name in the sand. Write your name on the walls. Wake up every morning. Become disciplined. Sometimes the most basic things are the things that we take advantage of, and we become complacent. But once you start to realize that complacency is just a drug that society tells us that it's okay to be able it's okay to wake up at a specific hour, work to a certain hour, and then repeat it all over again. We're programmed to pretty much not have dreams, that our dreams die when we're kids. You know, I still watch cartoons to this day because that's ultimately, for me, how I become my happiest, because it allows me to realize that dreams are possible. To having a hero's mentality, it is possible. You could train your mind into believing whatever it is that you want it to believe. You just gotta fucking want it. You gotta own it. So I did it. Came back to the United States, and I started all over again. Something happened out there in Mexico. Oh shoot, what's up, Ed?
Good afternoon.
You want to come and jump in here with us and be my World War II veteran? Sorry, Vietnam veteran.
How much do you want to age me?
I'm gonna age you. I'm gonna put you in your 70s, right? You're 74, aren't you?
We won't talk about Vietnam. I'm all the way to World War II. How long is it?
I don't know. We'll probably be done in about 10 minutes.
How you doing?
What's up?
Good to see you.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? So this is Ed. Ed came to me we're going on our 3rd month now. Ed has a crazy story. This actually what led me to actually want to do the whole about me thing today, because at the end of the day, you're gonna see the difference in age, right? It's clear he has gray and I have black hair, you know, but you know, dreams are never ending. Ambition never dies. You kill it, right? So don't kill it. This man is 72 years old, right? He's a retired Marine. You know, he's also still works to this day. He's fighting stage 4 cancer, both stage 2 and stage 4. You know, and at the end of the day, he doesn't give up. He shows up every day and wants to work and become the best version of himself and still give back to the community. The guys love him here, I'm telling you. We we adopted Ed like our grandpa. So I'm gonna pass the floor over to Ed because I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing me talk anyways. What's up, Ed?
Oh, it's another day, another $50 with inflation. You know? But I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad to be able to participate here. And I'm glad to try to, make my body stronger. I put a lot of faith and hope in the coach here. And it's been a blessing, okay? And he gives me a lot of encouragement. He's taught me a lot of things. And I needed somebody like him, to push me and to help me. I need to stay active. I need to keep myself strong as I can, and he's the man. He's the man, let me tell you. I made a really good choice, and I love being here.
Spit some game for me, right? I need my audience to see what it's like. At the end of the day, right? You're waking up every morning with neuropathy in your feet, right? And you want to sleep with it. Not just that, you're fighting both stage 4 and stage 2 cancer. Stage 3. Sorry. Can you elaborate a little bit on still being able to have the ambition to wake up every day, still go to work in the field that you work in, right? Like, how does a normal day-to-day look for you?
I usually get up around 5 o'clock, sometimes 4:30 in the morning. Okay, I got to make my lunch and take all my pills, which are quite a few, and make my teas and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that I do in order to help myself with my fight against the cancer. Okay, the neuropathy, is a real pain in the butt, but he introduced me here to some good massage therapists that know foot reflexology, and that really is beginning to help my feet.
Shout outs to Gracie for that one, and Paul. Appreciate you guys for working on all my clients and my fighters. Continue, my man. My man. I'm an advertisement all day, bro. I gotta give the shout outs where they belong.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's a full day every day, and I try to get in as much practice as I can, because if I lose my legs, that's it. I can't work, and I want to keep working as long as I can. I've got a really good attitude. I think I'm going to be successful at this, I think I'm going to keep the wolf away from the chicken pen for a while, and I'm just looking to do the very best that I can. I'm motivated. I'm happy to be doing it. It's hard work, let me tell you. Sometimes, I've got to kick myself in the behind just to get in here, but once I do, I'm glad I'm here. And, I just encourage everybody, that's struggling, do the best that you can. You know, I also incorporate prayer into my life. Okay, prayer does a lot of things, very helpful for me, and a lot of people have prayed for me, and you know, it jives me. It's energy. It's positive energy. You know, and so the more that I can put all that together, the better I am. So I don't really get that depressed about it. You know, I just want to get, you know, and do the best that I can.
Hey, so like touching up on that, right? Like doing the best that you can. Uh, how does that work for you? Like being where you're at. Most people would have counted you out already, right?
Well, once you go through chemo, doing the best you can is it's really hard. Okay, but you know, as I go, I start to get so I can do a little bit more, you know, and then within a couple of weeks, you know, I'm starting to rock and roll again, you know, and it's just a thing that I have to do. I put it in my head, okay, for anybody that's listening. I put it in my head that I don't give up. I'm going to go ahead and do it. I don't care if I don't feel good. I don't care, you know, I'm going to do the very best that I can every day. It's a struggle sometimes, you know. It's Friday. I want to be home kicking it, you know. But no, I'm here, and he's going to work me, okay? But anyway, I'm here, and it's going to bring some good results. It's bringing good results, and, you know, that's my goal. My goal is, you know, to get the best physically fit that I can. Energy's a thing, you know, but if you eat right, get your rest and everything, and keep focused, you can do it, you know, and I plan on doing it for a while, you know, with the grace of the Heavenly Father.
So it comes down to discipline, right? Like at the end of the discipline and hope.
Well,
belief.
I have a vision, okay? I have a vision that I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to get to a certain weight, okay? I have a vision and I'm going to get to a certain physical fitness level. I have a vision that I'm going to get to a certain skill level, even at my age with my disabilities and stuff like that, okay? And you know what? Like they say, hell or high water, or damn the torpedoes, you know? I'm going to go ahead and do it, you know? And yeah, I push myself to get in here sometimes. And you have to. But you know what? In the long run, it pays off. And the more that I do it, the better I feel. I like feeling good, you know? Cancer's a bummer, so I like feeling good. So that's pretty much my game. Yeah, they're a little bit late with me. Prostate cancer, when you get older, you better, you know, guys over 60 and stuff, need to get, you know, PSA test done every year, you know, honestly, okay? I missed 4 years, and it really hurt me because the next thing I knew, my PSA was up to 71, 72, which is really high, okay? And from there in out, you know, I found out that I had prostate cancer. So when they told me, they were pretty cold-blooded about it, I thought, in my opinion, because, you know, they deal with a lot of stuff like that. Urologist, the head of urology he said to me, well, you know, you got cancer, you got an aggressive form of cancer, okay? If you do nothing, you'll probably live a year. If you take and do treatment, you got maybe 2, possibly 3. Who knows, you know? Well, I'm going on over 7 years, and I'm going pretty strong, actually, considering. And, you know, but, you know, I do my best, you know, to do my own homework, you know, to try to help out, because he said, you know, you got terminal cancer, you know, right off the bat. So it was tough emotionally. But, you know, my faith and my love for my Creator is really what keeps me going, okay? And, for example, today's Passover, you know, Yahusha, the Hebrew name of our Savior, he said, drink this in remembrance of me, the wine, eat the bread in remembrance of me. I plan on doing that later tonight, you know. So my religious faith, it's not a pretend thing. It's not a joke. It's not a fun. It is who I am today, okay? And I'm very happy to be that type of person because he sustains me when I want to give up. I ain't gonna lie to you. He does. I'm not trying to make this into a religious thing, anything but like that. But that's who I am, and I'm happy to be that way.
I love that. It's truly a blessing to be able to overcome adversity on a day-to-day, because a lot of people give up on that stuff, you know? And for you not to, it says a lot, which is a plus, you know?
What Coach is saying is true. I got a friend that's going through cancer right now, worked the same place I worked, and she's going on her second round of chemo, and she can't do it. She gave up, she quit. I need to get over there and talk to her, and hopefully I can make a difference, you know, in her attitude, but it's tough, you know. This chemo stuff and everything, you know, it's no joke. Cancer's no joke, you know. But, you know, I feel, well, here's what the scripture says. It doesn't matter what I say or what I feel. God says in his writing, he says, I hold your breath in my hand, okay? So the doctors may say this, you know, you're telling me you got, you don't know, okay? You don't know, okay? I've known people with cancer. They've lived 17, 18, they're going on 19 years, okay? So you don't give up, you know, you do the best that you can. You make your relationship with the one that created you tight, okay? And you ask for direction and guidance, and then you just march, okay? Oh, sorry, Marine Corps again. Yeah, you just march. You just go for it, you know? So, you know, I mean, when I was in the Corps years ago, oh, these forced marches and stuff, yeah. Here goes the captain, he's got a little 45 on his hip, and he's just booking, you know? I'm way back in the back, you know. I've got a pack, you know. I've got a mortar cylinder on me, okay. I've got, you know, my 45. You know, he's got nothing, and he's walking and trying to sprint walk. You know what? Keep up, you know. It's one step at a time. Life is one step at a time. Sometimes it's hard. So what? Who cares if it's hard? Just do it, you know. And that's my attitude, you know. And I pray, you know, that my Heavenly Father will continue to give me that energy inside to do it.
I love this energy, man. There it is. Look, great story. That was a great story right there. You got into that one. I appreciate that. You know, it's just 1% better, you guys. Kids, you know, you're out there. You can see that age is just a number about belief. Depression, it doesn't matter where it hits you, but on the top of that, it doesn't, how you react to it, your reaction to it is what really is what's going to be the difference in your life. Look, this man is 72 years old, right? He's lived life some of us wish that we had lived, but at the end of the day, he never gave up. You know, so it is 1% mentality. You know, but not a half glass. You know, it's a half full. And nothing can be empty. Your mindset can't be empty. When you get devastated, shit, bro, you just gotta look the other way and continue to push forward. So just like I was talking about earlier, you know, sometimes you just gotta take the risks on yourself and believe what other people are not willing to believe about you. They're not waking up to be you. You're waking up to be you. You know? You're waking up and having to look at that mirror and realize what you're bringing to the table each day. He does it. He did it. He overcame it. You know, so men, women, kids, if you have a goal, fuck, man, get out there and get it. You know? Well, it's about that time because, you know, I'm taking up all your time and I'm supposed to be training you right now. Shoot, you ready?
No, quit. No.
Go jump on the bike for me.
All right.
There it is. Let's go.
You.
All right, guys. Check it out. You know, I appreciate your guys' time today. It means a lot for you guys basically tapping in with us and getting to know us here, getting to know me, getting to know some of our clients. I need to give a special shout out to Beyond Nutrition. This is their monohydrate creatine right here. I'm currently on my first cycle of it. feels amazing. It's clean. It brings that real pump that my body needs, and I'm able to stack it with my glutamines, my pre-workout, to be able to just to give me a super blend. And believe me, the results are phenomenal. You know, I want to give a shout out again to Pete DeSantis from DeSantis Commercial. The shout out to Aria MMA Lab. The shout out to every single kid out there that wants to be able to become the best version of themselves and wakes up every day asking themselves, why are they different? Well, you're different. Just get out there and get it. This is Anthony signing off, and I appreciate your time. Peace. Adios.
Ask me a question. You're the interviewer.
I'm more interested in what comes out of your mind.
You know that? Have you ever watched Soft White Underbelly? Soft White Underbelly? You know what that is, right?
I have no idea what that is.
That guy that interviews like prostitutes, gangbangers, and stuff, and then they have the background on YouTube.
What's Lena Paul's boyfriend? Doesn't he have a podcast that does like the same thing?
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Talking about No Jumper.
No jumper.
I'm talking about Soft White Underbelly.
Talking about-
Soft White
It's
Underbelly.
called like I follow a different one that's like Tales of Arizona or something.
Watch, go on YouTube. I know who you're talking about too.
Yeah, and it's like usually.
Isn't he like out there though?
Yeah, he's out there.
Yeah.
He asks him like questions like.
I've seen
How'd you
him.
end up in your situation?
Yeah,
How'd you get,
I've
like,
seen
to
that.
this point?
Soft White Underbelly, the same thing. When he started, it was like in downtown LA, right there by Skid Row. So then you can hear like this fucking city outside, but then it's like the backdrop, like a photo shoot backdrop, and they're like, tell your story.
Okay.
How's my posture? You gotta look at the camera.
This is good from this one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're not telling me nothing.
I'm letting you.
Yeah.
I want to post it on YouTube.
Fuck, bro. My interviewer's not even giving me questions. I'm just freeballing this interview. They got some nice stuff right there. Some gloves.
We have to get the Lysol and all the cleaning
You
products.
can get Lysol cleaning products. Sponsor me, Clorox, my favorite drink, favorite beverage.
Products for like $5.
Yeah, come get mic'd up. I've just been bullshitting on my mouth.
This is for you and him?
You're bullshitting. No, this is a podcast.
It's about your personality. Show off your personality to the camera. Because
He-
they can listen to you talk for an hour.
Now he's gonna do.
All right, look, because you can throw this back into the mix, because now it's this. Oh, let me see that.
What do you mean? I'm so.
All right, don't worry about it.
Like interview? Is he interviewing? right
Hey,
now?
so this is the mic, right? You hear the mic?
Yes. No.
What's your name?
My name is Jared Vask.
Jared Vask?
Was that your last name? What's your last name? Vask, right?
Vasquez.
My name is Jared Vasquez.
Hey, so this is Anthony motherfucking Romero. And Jared, aka Jared Vasquez. No, but nonetheless, man, Anthony Romero, my guy, my MMA son. Are you ready to be it?
Like your shirt.
Tight. Nah, man, Ant's ready to turn pro. June 28th, we about to get it. Yes, I'm one of his coaches, but nonetheless, my man, hey, how the fuck you getting ready for this camp?
Getting ready for this camp, a lot of sleeping, a lot of, we don't ever train, we don't ever get ready. We come unprepared as fuck and pray for the best. We don't train hard at all, super laid back. I don't know how I get in shape, but we just show up.
I like the modesty. So earlier before we got you on the show, my man, we were talking about being 1% better, and we're trying to spit some game. I gave a little bit of a feedback about my past. I had Ed over there talk about his story with his life and how he became who he is today. Nonetheless, my dude, like, what motivates you? What motivates you to wake up and grind the way that you actually do grind? Not the sitting at home and eating hot Cheetos kind of grind. Not the retired grind.
At this point, I'm just so used to training hard that, like, if I just sit around, I kind of just feel like real slobby and lazy. So
The anxiety kicks in.
yeah, so it's like if I'm not doing nothing, at least like a good run or something. If I don't get a good sweat in, I feel real slobby. But like when we're over here,
Everybody feels like a fucking torta.
yeah. I feel like a torta. So whenever we're here, everyone else is pushing. So that motivates me. So that's why I like the gym. Cause like if somebody's slacking, somebody else is there to pick us up. If that person is slacking, one of us is there to pick them up. So it's like a recycled thing of energy. So it's always good.
And it's all about the people you network with, my man. Like honestly, you network yourself with people that believe in facing adversity head on. That's what you're gonna have. You're gonna have a network of warriors, people that grind and push, and continue to strive to be the best version of themselves. You know, granted, we take L's along the way, but those L's are technically not losses; they're lessons. And so instead of looking at something half empty, you look at everything half full. You know, it's more than just, you know, waking up and doing it. It's also letting go what has already happened so that you're able to progress forward, and just take from there the key components that's gonna allow you to become A1, a motherfucking one.
Like the barbecue sauce. That shit is trash. Barbecue sauce is trash.
The Aria show is out. Peace.
All right, I'm still on the mic. Everybody can hop off the show, but the show still keeps going on because I don't stop. And if you get your interview questions from ChatGPT, you're a homo. Yeah, closer and laughed at. It has to be from the heart. It has to be from the heart. Question has to be from the heart. Like Jared. What inspired you to not finish your last name on Instagram?
You know, I really sat down and I had to think about, you know, what my Instagram handle could be, and I just was rattling my head for 6 months.
I was literally shitting on the toilet when I wrote mine down.
You know, I just had these standards, and I didn't know what could resonate.
All right, no. Now that leads to, okay, so now we're talking about usernames. You know what's crazy? You know, it kind of like sets me off a little bit low key. So I had PlayStation. I've been a PlayStation since forever, except for Xbox 360. When Xbox 360 came out, I was Xbox 360. But my gamer tag was A-Rome something. I forgot what it was. And then I changed it, and it was Pookie Stunner, right? Pookie still is Pookie Stunner. Pookie-Stunner. And back then it meant nothing from what I was aware of. That shit meant nothing. And then for a period of time, Pookie meant fucking meth pipe. Like you're smoking the Pookie and shit like that. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I'm watching this nickname turn into something I don't even want. So at one point I didn't want Pookie Stan. I'm still Pookie Stan. I never stopped. And then now fucking Pookie is a fucking nickname for like your boyfriend or girlfriend. You know, like oh my Pookie.
Oh, Daxter's coming over here. You can do a segment with him in there.
I'm explaining my gamer tag right now.
Hey, bro, how come you're not like that when what's his name was interviewing you?
Cause I'm not like Jared makes me comfortable. It's like talking shit in front of Jared. I do that already. And he's probably not gonna post. He's probably not gonna post this. It's just he can laugh when he beats his meat at home. You know? Yeah. When he's choking his farm rooster.
Wait,
Yo,
we gotta hand this back and forth.
I'm gonna be like this, and I'm gonna drop the mic. Okay. Oh, so you're gonna do these clips differently, huh? Okay. All right.
We're gonna roll later too.
This is a what's it call it?
I don't know what that is.
So a what's it call it is a what's it call it, and
Is that a candy bar?
yeah, because we're gonna call this show. It's called the Aria Show, bro. Okay. So, look, so today's segment, what we pretty much did, bro, like to be completely honest, first it was a little bit about me, and then we kind of rolled with it because my boy Ed walked in here, and then Anthony walked in here, and then I asked you to come in here because technically I was supposed to have
I had a little beef out there. It's 707 Tower District, you know?
We're just in Tower District.
I was this fucking close today. And yeah, it was right when you came up to me. I was like, bro.
Oh, so you were ready to throw some chingazos?
Oh, boy.
Chingazos?
Yeah, like, and the thing with martial arts, you know, it's like the more you know, the less you do, right?
Right.
So the way we've been trained, it's like, I can't do this.
Okay.
This guy's, I'm going to pick his teeth out.
Yeah, see.
That's where we were at.
So it kind of goes right, so it kind of goes back to what we were talking about, right? Like most people that have no martial arts training, they lack discipline, but also it's a little bit more than that, right? More than less, because
I'd say the better the martial artist, the more discipline they have. Like martial artists, in my opinion, will never start a fight.
Oh yeah, but we finish it though, right?
Yeah. They'll always just end it.
Oh, so real quick though. Hey, this is Andrew, right? One of the best tattoo artists in the Central Valley. Man, if you need to come down to 707 right here down the street. My boy will get you tatted. Hey, drop your phone number real quick.
No, I'm not going to do that. IG, Andrew C. Thaxter Tattoo. You can look it up there. I think my phone number is actually on that, but I'm not gonna do it here yet because this is brand new.
Yeah, the pat on el gallo. It's okay. You know it is.
Okay,
no,
okay.
It was beautiful. So
respect.
Shit, man. Hey, how long have you been tattooing?
19 years. Almost 20 at Christmas. 19 years. Yeah.
Okay, so you're pretty much about a belt away from getting your black belt.
Like, I got my black belt in tattooing.
Yeah, on jiu-jitsu. A little bit. Andrew isn't just one of the best tattoo artists, my guy. Like he's also been practicing jiu-jitsu for the same amount of time that he's been tattooing.
13 years.
13 years. So over a decade. It takes real discipline, right? What got you into martial arts? Was it like some people it's for anxiety, some people it's just actually to conquer some, overcome some testosterone because they be producing too much anger issues, or just finding a way. What was your way?
Fuck, am I allowed to cuss on this?
Yeah, you can fucking cuss. Look, I just cussed right now.
All right, word. Okay, well, to be honest with you, I've been a little dude my entire life. I think you know about that.
We got little man syndrome.
I was bullied, picked on. I'm also redheaded stepchild, skinny, young, white. I got made fun of how white I was. No one talks about that shit. But I got beat up and shit a lot, and so I wanted to find a way to not anymore.
Hey, so you got tired of feeling sorry for yourself, right?
I didn't feel sorry. I never felt sorry for myself. I felt sorry for other people that felt that they need to do that to me, but I did need to stop getting beaten up.
Okay, so you needed to find a solution to the problem.
Yeah, for sure. And so my buddies started fighting jiu-jitsu, MMA, all that stuff, and they kept being like, Drew, you got to come down. I'll teach you some shit. I was like,
do the voice. Do the voice.
What? Which voice? Nope. No, because I have respect.
That's the best voice in the world, though.
I know, I can do it.
Because that man,
I have respect.
He's been
and it's not
biggest influence in probably Central Valley
100%.
Jiu-Jitsu.
He's the one that held the door open for me, and I have nothing but respect for that man. And I don't know where this is going to air, but just know that I have respect for you, sir.
Oh, he's amazing.
He's the best.
There it is. There it is.
Anyway,
shout out to Angel Lopez.
I do voices. But
for bringing the forefather of bringing jiu-jitsu to the Central Valley.
I've known him for 20 plus years. That's the fucking man. He'll always be one of my brothers, and I wish him nothing but the absolute best. Anyways, got into MMA and jiu-jitsu just for an interest. I don't want to say I was bored, but needed something to do, and one of my buddies said, come to the gym and train. And so I went one day and was absolutely addicted. And we were training on pads and stuff, and boxing and Muay Thai, and kickboxing and stuff like that. And I come from kind of a somewhat wrestling background. I don't want to say like I'm a wrestler, but like I wrestled. And so when we got on the ground, like grappling, I was like, I think this is my home game. And then that's where he was like, you need to join jiu-jitsu. And I had no idea what jiu-jitsu was. And then I saw Angel walk in. He was a purple belt at the time. And he's like, Drew! Well, I haven't seen you in a long time. You know, like, hugs and everything. I've known him for a long time. I didn't even know the connect. I didn't.
You didn't put the connections together?
No, not at all.
Okay.
And he's like, what are you doing? And so I bought a gi that day, and I started jiu-jitsu the next. And I would go probably twice a day for the next 6 years, 7 years. And then, you know, a couple times a week. I got kids and responsibilities, so, like, the timing got... But, yeah, I've competed over 67 times.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So, do you believe that jiu-jitsu overcame depression, sadness?
I was
or was
never
it
depressed or sad.
No, okay. What I mean
It
is
can.
like it helped you overcome adversities.
Yeah. Oh, it definitely stalled my boredom. And boredom's the gateway to depression, so I guess there is a connection there. You don't
Okay.
want to be bored.
Right.
Because if you're just sitting at home doing nothing, right? Like,
eventually it's gonna hit you. Being
100%. So I have, I'm not gonna title myself, but most people have like ADHD, ADD, anxiety, depression, all that stuff. I tend to keep myself busy at all times. Now, before it was jiu-jitsu, I was drumming and skateboarding. And I always had something, drawing, painting, tattooing. I always had something to do and somewhere to go. But I had
definitely never complacent.
Never. Oh, I can't. I'm never bored.
That's tight.
I lift my head out the pillow about 5:30 every morning, and then I don't put it back down until I'm ready to close my eyes, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm always doing something, and I think that is a good thing to do, to keep yourself preoccupied and busy. You could say it's a distraction in a way. Sorry, I stutter every now and then. To not be bored, because once you're bored,
What's up, Monty?
you get depressed. What's up, Monty? What's up, homeboy?
What's
Because once you get bored and all you're doing is sitting there watching shows and shit all day and fucking.
So you tell me you don't binge watch at all ever?
I don't watch TV at all.
It's just tattoos and artist work and jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, I'll keep
And
myself
kids
busy.
and hunting.
I make things with my hands. I drum, skateboard, chase my kids around still while I can because they're growing up fast. I have projects all around the house that I invent. I'm like, we got to do this now. And you're very similar too. I mean, how many times have you redone this place?
Oh, probably 10 times.
Exactly. So you're not going to just sit here Indian style with nobody here. You're going to drive yourself crazy being bored.
Right.
So you got to fill that void, right, with something to do. There's nothing
Right.
better to do. Well, first of all, physical exercise that improves your mental
health.
state. Physical exercise that
ability.
can also protect
Growth,
yourself,
right.
potentially. Physical growth, mental growth, personal growth. That's martial arts.
Right, for
Period.
sure. So you guys, hey, look, man, I appreciate Andrew, my boy, coming down here and having a conversation with us. You know, so as you could tell with the 3 people that we had on today, you know, they gave you 3 different insights. But ultimately, y'all came down to the same perspective. You can't quit. You know, and you can never. Pretty much what I got out of everybody's point of view is that you can't look backwards, because the only thing that you have available is to be tenacious to overcome adversity, and it's 1% better each moment of your day. You know, so the moment you get bored, get your ass up and go do something. That's as simple as what it is.
I'm going to reiterate, and I'm not correcting you, but you can quit shit. And you quit the shit that you don't like.
The toxic shit.
Quit it. And then go for the things that you do.
That are positive.
Yeah, anything that you don't like in life, quit. And then go for the positive shit.
Yeah, because toxic shit are toxic.
That'll kill you real quick.
Real shit.
Trust
Well,
me.
Anthony signing out. Drew signing out. Everybody here at the Aria show, we appreciate you. Guys, God bless.
Oh, boy. What?
Now I got to work with our money.
We'll go Better Days Tattoo, Andrew Thaxter Tattoo,
Figure out my schedule.
L Tattoo.
But I know that I'm not
Seafood Skate Shop, 707 North Fulton. Boy.
Oh my gosh, it's the Puerto Rican demon. Probably this is a very interesting character, man. The guy's like, he's the type of characters that they make movies off of, like, just fucking random. They put him in video games. He's a video game character. He's got side missions, main missions, other missions. It's just, we're all just trying to keep up with him. Even himself. What's a good song of the day? Song of the day. Should it be family friendly? Should it be blah 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 blah? If Jared's not 155 by the end of the year, I'm going back to regular jobs. If Jared's not 155 by the end of the year, I'm applying to McDonald's. Fucking Jose looks super Puerto Rican right now. Come to the camera. Come here. They need to see, bro. No, it's too late. I already brought you up. Come here. Come here real quick. Let me have a bite of that. Come here. Fucking no, that's Dominican. Papi, how you know I'm Dominican? I know black papi. I'm Dominican. Oh my gosh, dude. This is conejo más o menos.
Not too malo, but not too nice.
This is the bunny, more or less bunny.
Half bunny. Half chopped bunny.
This is all bloopers. This is all for testing. I hope you know that. I'm still looking for a song. Who's calling my phone? Who's calling that shit? Should it be that song? Bro, you smell like old people fucking vitamins.
I was eating a.
You smell like old people. What's it called? The old people nutrition milkshake. You smell like fucking chalk water.
Probably is because I was eating some chalk water.
He smells like multigrain vitamins. The political state of the world isn't as great because, I mean, if they're going to cash me out for Jose, then so be it.
Fuck the political.
Jose, are you here on a legal visa and or a citizen of the United States?
Nah, I'm illegal.
I'm getting cashed out from Jose. All right, that's the song of the day. I'm not going to tell you the name of the song because I don't want us unified like that. I want us separated. I want us divided.
It's better to have Puerto Rico and Mexico united.
Fighting against each other than together. Unless you're Puerto Rican honey. That's why I say he looks Puerto Rican with the headband. The headband.
You said dirty Yankee or
Dirty Yankee. He said dirty Yankee. He dirty Puerto Rican. We train every day. We train every day. Matter of fact, I want to punch Jose.
You like popping jaws, I'll pop your jaw.
We train every day. Makes me want to punch Jose. And guess what? That's okay. Because I'm here to stay. Not him, though. He's going to get me paid. Get it? No? Jared, the camera guy didn't like that. I have a PS Portal.
Yeah, you ever play PSP?
What game do I play right now? Ghost of Tsushima. I forgot the real name, but he's the samurai. Ghost of Tsushima. Why is it fire? It's traditional. I feel like a fucking samurai. There's no mini maps. It's like the wind tells you where to go. And you could sharpen your swords. You can make your arrows stronger. You can hide in the bushes. You could change your outfits and shit. Shout out to samurais. I feel like a samurai.
You fight against an evil witch with two heads and spitting fire.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Puerto Ricans always going off to a whole different genre. Speaking of Puerto Ricans, shout out to my boy Gio. Shout out to Za. Shout out to Za. We smoke Za all the time. Za loves me. Mary Jane. If I was Jared, I'd get a buzz cut and put a Nike headband on too. A Nike Puerto Rican. Jared looks like a mixture between a young George Lopez and a young Ray Romano. Tell me I'm wrong. He looks like a perfect blend of both of them, bro. He's got Ray Romano's nose, but he's got George Lopez's head structure, bro, with the wavy hair. Definitely first early season George Lopez with the Ray Romano face. That was a good one. Oh gosh. I don't know why. The more it's just, how do I say? Like, Jared always looked like someone to me, but now that I'm sitting here, it was like the puzzles was coming together, and it was like boom. Do you ever let them fight each other? Your chickens? Yeah. I've seen a chicken fight before. It's just crazy. I don't gamble though. I'm not a gambler. I hate gambling. Huh?
What are your thoughts on gambling?
You're gonna miss every shot you don't take. So gamble as much as you can.
99% of gamblers stop before they win big.
Yeah. Like, how do I say this? A gambler said, "You make, fuck, I forgot the quote, but it was something like, you make 100% more of the profit when you gamble, and then you make nothing when you don't." So that's something like that. Gamble strong. Gamble your life. Gamble your family. Gamble your money. Gamble anything that's gambleable. If you could trade it off, risk it. Life is all about taking risks.
That should be actually the word of the day.
Gamble. Yeah, word of the day is gamble. I like how we both said it at the same time. I thought he was gonna say risk. We're both on the same page. So, like, for example, like after this, me and the real Jared are gonna gamble for his camera.
It's gamble. Remember the word of the day.
Cause like, where's the fun in that?
Gamble.
And you know how we're gonna gamble? We don't even have no coins, no cards. We're probably gonna flip one of those protein shakes, and if it lands bottle side up or bottom side up, you know.
It's a gamble, so you never know if you're right or wrong, or if you're gonna get the prize or
What
not.
the fuck does that mean? I don't even know what he's saying. The whole point of gambling is there's a winner and there's a loser. What is he talking about? Abstract things over here. Puerto Ricans, bro. They never see clearly. That's why he got glasses on. Those are prescriptive. Those are really prescriptive.
Puerto Ricans beat your guys.
He's not that fresh. He's not dressed that fresh for fun. Like, he really needs those to see. Because he's blind. Puerto Ricans don't see clearly. I'm tired of big women. Tired of looking at them. Tired of hearing them breathe too much. Tired of them taking the last bite of shit. I'm having too much fun just talking on this mic saying nothing. I'm saying a whole bunch of nothing. I'm about to go to D-Throne right now to spar.
Yeah, because you've been here the whole time talking shit.
If this video gets 10 likes, I'm going to shave Paralysis' head. If this video gets 20 likes, Jose's going to walk out with the Puerto Rican flag. Oh my god, man. So there we go. Ya tú sabes. I know Black Bobby at Puerto Rican. I know Black Bobby at Dominican. I know Black Bobby at Dominican. Jose's favorite rapper is Don Omar.
Actually, Don Julio.
Don Omar. I like El Alfa.
El Alfa, that's Puerto Rican.
He's a slapper, bro. All you guys are slappers. Hey, Jose wakes up, always talking about empanadas.
Empanadas and chimichangas.
He likes plantains. He likes fried plantains. He's a tropical Latin as it gets. His favorite instrument is that little scratcher thing. That's his favorite instrument. He says it reminds him of the waves of the ocean. Hello? What's up? I'm doing some deleted scenes right here from my boy Jared, the cameraman. I got camera. Yeah, I'm getting some content for him. So if he gets bored, he's like, come watch this YouTube interview, and then he just posted me talking shit on there. And it has nothing to do with the interview. Totally different person. Yeah, no. Instead of the black couch, it's the white bag. The white bag, because it's easier to clean, blends in. You know. What happened? What you need? Okay, I almost got beat up. Yeah, you did. By me. Hey, can I ask you a question? That's what you always do. Before you hang up, you're like, hey, can I say something real quick? Or like, can I ask you a question? And then like, what's up? Boop. It's called a cliffhanger. You ever read a book, cliffhanger? You leave them hanging? See, look, I got to call back. What happened? No, but that one, what's it called? See? You act like you leave them like you're about to say something, but you just boop. Look at that legs. Oh, this one's convertible. I chopped it off the top. It was a real shell. It was real shelly, like it was a shell, less of a nail. Like it was very hollow. Like I could have stuck like a toothpick in there. So I was like, I might as well clip it off. So now my new nail is growing back. Bro, I talk way too much, bro. Nobody's asked me no fucking question. I've been yapping this whole time. About to go pro soon. Better get paid. Gonna get paid. Paid to punch people in the face. I'm gonna wake up one day and they're gonna be like, "Hey, you want a $250,000 to punch? You want a $250,000 to punch Jared Vasquez in the face? Vasquez?" And I'm gonna say, "Yeah." A conspiracy theory I fully believe. Jared was not born male. Shit, probably that. Well, because a lot of them got debunked as true, or not debunked, but like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the cool ones. I'm starting to question the moon one. I'm starting to question the moon. The moon landing? That could have been Stanley Kubrick. Kubrick, whatever his name is. You know, have you heard that one? Because I seen a poster. It was like, they're like, uh, 19. When did we go to the moon? 69? 63? We went 69, right? It was like 60, 67. They made sleeve protectors, and it's just a piece of plastic covering a bowl. And it's a sleeve protector. There's 69. We're on the moon. And then there's another video. It's the lunar lander, the lunar module, whatever it is. Shit's made out of all of foil. Like the whole thing's covered in foil. Like I feel like if I poke at it, you know. It looks like a big hookah. It looks like a big hookah rig. The module, lunar module. And then they're showing the video of like the body language of like buzzing them. And it was videos before they went to the moon and then after. And before they were all like happy and excited. And then after they looked, they're all like uneasy, like disappointed. You know what I mean? And then there are people like saying like, usually after something like that, you're supposed to be like excited. I don't know. The Jews killed JFK. Bryce Mitchell fights tomorrow. We're rooting for Bryce. Diego Lopez versus Yair Rodriguez. That's not happening tomorrow. But it will one day. And Diego Lopez will slap him.
What you need to be doing is editing my podcast for my first show.
We're creating content for my TikTok account. Prowless's face. Prowless's
Yeah,
face.
but come on. No fiesta.
Better.
I'm
Perdón, perdón, perdón.
Advertise the gym. Sell the business.
Aria MMA. If you're not here, you're Puerto Rican if you're not here. Aria MMA. We train till we bleed. And when we bleed, we cry. And we go home and we call it a day. We stop fights when we bleed. We don't fight through that shit. We don't got no heart. None of my boys got no heart. None of my boys train hard. None of my boys ever go running. Have I ever seen one of my homies shadow box? Never. Ask me if I shadow box. Never. Ask me if I run. Never.
Fix your feet. Fix your feet.
I couldn't even do 10. I never hit the bag. Stretching? Psh, what am I, 90? We don't stretch. We don't stretch. We relocate everything with every swing. Jody's about to freestyle for us off the dome. He's going to jump in, grab some pads, and drop some tracks.
What are we on about? What up? My name is Jody. I'm a coach here at Aria, hanging out with these fools, living life, spilling game, being beautiful, being healthy, you know, all that good stuff. So, yeah, what's the question?
What's a conspiracy theory you fully believe?
So recently this flat earth topic has been really hot. I'm not really like full on with it, but I think it's very fascinating. They come up with some good arguments.
Bro, this is not editing.
Also, I also think it's not a conspiracy really, but
America should have won the world.
Hold on, you didn't get asked a question.
look into Jesus Christ. He's the truth, the way, and the life. Do your research. I'm not a Christian. I'm a follower of Christ, and that one's a really interesting one too. When you get past the church and you get into the history, the facts, and the faith. Amen.
That's the truth. I like punching my friends in the face, and I hope they like punching me in the face just as much. That's why I like the gym, because I run fades with my homies. Like, Jared could walk in just ugly, and I'm just like, you're ugly. And Jared would be like, put the gloves on. Let's fight about it. And then I'll be like, yeah, put the gloves on. We could box. No, let's kick. Okay, we could kick. And what if I want to wrestle too? We could do the whole thing. The whole thing. And that's how it is every day at the gym. Like if Prowess walks in and I'm a little too ugly for his liking, he'll want to spar me, and that's perfect. That's fine. That's what the gym is built for. If someone's ugly and that's your boy, handle that.
Hey, you know what's funny about all that? Seriously. Yesterday when he was getting interviewed, this is how he was.
Yeah.
This is how he was. He didn't know what to say. Stuck. Looking at me. Pretty much.
That just shows you who I'm comfortable with, because Jared makes me feel like a...
Jared is Jared.
Jared makes me feel safe. Like I seen the way Jared trains. You know, I could let my guard down. He can handle whatever comes our way when my guard is down because Jared trains. I've seen Jared get punched in the face, and I've seen Jared punch in the face. It's poetry. It's poetic. I feel a plethora of emotions when it comes to fighting. Damn, I wish none of these guys were busy. I wish Mark was here. I wish Mark was okay, because I know for a fact if Mark was here right now, we would be punching each other in the face. And then I could even be like, Mark, let's do boxing wrestling rounds. Let's box and wrestle. And you know what his answer would be? Fuck it, we could do it. It's never a no. Mark is always down for the fade. I've never seen Mark turn the fade down. And that's why I love Mark. We all need to aspire to be more like Mark. I don't turn no fades down, but, you know, I want to keep not turning fades down. I miss the fades. I want to fade. It's nice outside. I've been wanting to run fades at the park. When are we gonna run a fade at the park? Let's do back. Let's do work at the park tomorrow now. I'll do. There we go. Full investing to the MMA. Bah, there you go. Bah. It's all about punching, kicking, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. The four-legged. This is my four main sports in fighting. Boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. I'm going to say it again. Boxing, Muay Thai, wrestling, jiu-jitsu. That's all you need. That's all you need. They all counterbalance each other out. That's like Jared being a beard guy and I'm a mustache guy. And I have the beard and he has the mustache. It's like counterbalance. For all my allies out there. Easier analogy for you to understand. How long have I been talking? Dude. I should do stand-up, bro. I should be a stand-up comedian. Okay.